How do you get
This is YouTube in Safari.
That's the way I want it. Now, where's the circuit?
Cancel. Do you know how to record stuff on the screen?
Record stuff on the screen?
You know how, like, sometimes you get screenshots?
Yes.
You know how to do that except for video?
Yes.
Do you need to download something special for it? Yes. Is it difficult to do? Because
Live now, okay. I wasn't doing it on the other one. Okay, you're live now. You made like 10 minutes. See, look at the time there. That shows 10:22, and here it's 22:06. That's 22:14. So they're about a 10-second delay. Here.
can you increase the cameras?
Yeah.
Hold it there. Just keep it behind me.
Hello.
It's hard to see the animals.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Can you see how many views there are? Like,
One.
well, would there be more than one if there's more than one person watching it?
Yes.
Okay, check. All I have to do is do. There's one watching now.
One watching now. So we're watching ourselves. Okay.
I want my phone back.
What?
Wait, we need to play the video.
No, you need to go to school. Sit down and start your thing. You said you were going to change. You want to dress up so you'll look nice.
I don't want to dress up. I just want to make sure I have my PJs.
That's a Sanskrit word. Pajama is a word that came from India.
I am now going to Narnia.
Fine, just change. I'm going to start this and you can listen. It says we're supposed to pray for government for 3 minutes.
Wait.
Bible 7, lesson 5.
I made a joke to Harold. I made a joke to Harold and stuff. When Harold asked me, where do I go to school? I said, I go to a magical school that's through my locker.
What'd they say?
And Harold was like, I don't believe you.
Fall fresh on me, Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Mr. Rick Enders. Now see if we, I don't know whether this one has enough, I don't know if this has enough power on it or not, but we could put the lesson up here and rebroadcast it there. But anyway, we
You're picking your nose on public television.
Oh man, it's a really good one. Oh, wow, it weighs 3 pounds.
We can watch all of that?
We can watch all of that. Okay, I'm not going to put this away. Here, I'll go set it up.
Hello, YouTube. Wait, I want to see my hand come up.
See, and we could screen share it there so we have a lot more room, and then we can just put it on here, and then that way Mom would use her computer. That may be what we want to do. Not today, but maybe today.
Oh, wait. You guys are very delayed.
Just a few seconds. Look at the difference in time. At 10.
As if the screen got black.
10:06:44.
Waiting for
Just,
screen to go black.
I'm going downstairs so Mommy can peek in and look.
Waiting for screen to go black.
It's black.
Waiting for screen to go black.
07. There's approximately a 40-second delay. 38.
There.
Okay, now leave. Okay, now sit down. And please don't watch yourself. We're going to be watching you downstairs. You're to do your work here. Okay.
Study me.
Scuzz.
Excuse me. See manual. Well, that was mighty handy. Wait, today's Friday, right?
It's Friday.
Today's Friday! Okay.
Mr. Anders, I'm wondering if there's a built-in microphone too. There's a built-in built-in camera, but I would assume there's a
I'm gonna have to talk to
microphone.
Mommy about that because it says see manual.
It says end lesson 5. Wait a minute, it only takes 20 seconds for the whole manual.
No, they're just telling you, you're giving instructions. I'm gonna talk to Mommy about it. I think I have a test today or something.
Welcome back to Bible class. We want to begin our class today by taking our songbooks and standing and turning to Jesus is Coming Again.
Bible study versions.
Students, welcome back.
We want lessons.
Begin our class today by taking
Daddy, it says see manual. I think I might have a test today. If I have a test, it won't show a long video because you don't need the long video.
Bible 7. Mr. Rickon, lesson 5. See manual. Yeah, you must have a test today.
Basic math.
In lesson 5. It's called of 20 seconds.
Yay, 20 seconds! And all my videos are like that today, then I'm home free.
Now you've got to go take your test.
I know.
See the manual.
Okay. I think I'm fine. It's all basic math. I was about to say, what is this? The basic math video manual? And then I flipped over to the front and I'm like, oh yeah, it is the basic math video manual. I need to find the basic Bible Bible. Basic math 7. Physical education. Life science. Please be Bible. Here is my Bible. My Bible stuff. Now, hard. Okay, stick around. Yes. Thank goodness. Found it.
Brother Matthew.
Jose, I don't want
Mga buha. Mga taga-Roma. The Romans. Ug ang iyang napalagduha. Mga tinumaan iyang itawag nato kaniya ug iyang gihatagan sila kagum para sa mga gawang espiritu aron sa pagpagula ni ini pag-araw sa tanang mga sakit sa tanang kaluhayan ang mga nangangang sa, are you understanding any of this? Where's your read it from here? You know where your white one is that Tita gave you? And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. Now the names he called his 12 disciples to him. He gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles were these. First Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. So when on the eve of Christ's crucifixion, it was Simon the Canaanite Simon Peter the Canaanite, who denied him, not Simon Peter, as is often portrayed. These 12 Jesus sent out and commanded them, saying, "Do not go into the way of the Gentiles, and do not enter the city of Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor copper for your money belts, nor bag for your journey, nor 2 trunks, nor sandals, nor staffs, for a worker is worthy of his food. Now, whatever city or town you enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and stay there till you go out. And when you go into a household, greet it. If the household is worthy, let your peace come upon it. If it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whoever will not receive you, nor hear my words, when you depart from that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Assuredly, I say to you, it will be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment for that city. Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But be aware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils and scourge you in their synagogues. You will be brought before the governors and kings for my sake, as a testimony to them, to the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, do not worry about how or what you should speak, for it will be given to you in that hour what you should speak. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father who speaks in you. Now brother will deliver up brother to death, and father his children, and children will rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. He will be hated by all for my name's sake, but he above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for a disciple that he is like his teacher, and a servant like his master. If they call the master of the house Beelzebub, the devil, how much more will they call those of his house? For do not fear them, for there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, and hidden that will not be made known. Whatever I tell you in the dark, speak in the light. And what you hear in the ear, preach on the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to bought the color in a body. Do not fear, therefore, as you are of more value than many sparrows. Therefore, whoever confesses me before men, I will also confess before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men worthy of me, and he who does not take his cross to follow me is not worthy of me. And he who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. He who receives you receives me, and he who receives me receives him who sent me. He who receives a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he who receives a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whoever gives up one of those little ones only a cup of cold water in the name of a disciple, assuredly I say to you, he shall by no means lose his reward. Now it came to pass, when Jesus finished commanding his 12 disciples, that he departed from there to teach and to preach in their city. Back to the beginning of chapter 10. And when he had called his 12 disciples, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out, to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles were these: first Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname is Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out and commanded them, saying, go, form a committee on evangelism. Raise money for your journey. Form a committee. See what should be done for evangelism. And after the committee is formed, in meeting, decide who will be sent out. No, that's not what he said. These 12 Jesus sent out and commanded them, saying, do not go in the way of the Gentiles, and do not enter into the city of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. There was no Bible video today, so I was reading some of the time that Georgene normally spent in her hearing. And she's straightening up her books there. We need to get her something that stands up on there. That's too high for her to reach.
Keep going, Brian.
We're gonna start now.
I did.
You did.
Yes. Continue.
Would rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead. If we get some bookends, little more. Maybe she can stand up on there.
Yeah, and just grab the stuff.
Yeah, we can put it in the pocket. Can you get up on there? Is it enough?
Yeah.
You can put. There's enough for 5 stacks. That's enough for each of your 5 classes. There's 7 classes.
5 classes.
There's room for 5 stacks there.
Yeah.
Hurry. I want to visit her too. There's some stuff out there I want to look around and see. I went downstairs to get a cake so we can hook that into there.
I'm going to start my language now.
Okay, start your language now.
But notice how my language has the biggest stack. And it doesn't have the biggest. It actually has math revenue, but it has those books. So yeah. Hello guys. If there's anyone watching, thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for liking. Appearances once again. Sorry. Just woke up. Not just, but you know. Yeah.
I'm going to get in there and plug in the tapes in real quick.
Okay, well, I'm going to go get some more stuff. want you to put up your computer.
Huh?
He wants to put his screen up there. Then he wants to put my class there, so you can have your computer back.
There's much to do with that day. Okay, let's get your ABEKA down here. Chrome. Mommy will be able to take that. And this is going to be your classroom computer now. And you'll still use these keyboards, but that'll just disappear. We'll plug those speakers in here. I may add a fan here if this gets too hot. But it'll blow sideways, it'll make some noise. Okay. Student name. What? Jen?
Yeah.
Jen what? 0929205?
205.
205 or 2005?
205.
Password.
Keyboard lock.
78?
Yeah.
Okay, daughter, I've got it.
For that up to there, and the password is 7.
And how do you do that? Come on, go. Go get mommy's cell phone, please. Go get mommy's cell phone. Okay. There should be a number there. DPBE. Look at iCloud Mail. Beeped at me. Ask mommy what email address she used for ABEKA, please. It doesn't show up here. Go ask mommy what. Okay, we're going to be able to do it. Okay. Now, when you do this knock, let me get up here.
Put your. I think anybody in here would deliberately look at someone else's paper. But sometimes when we're thinking, have you ever done this? You're thinking about something and suddenly you realize you're staring at.
Don't. Oh, let's move. Let me get in there and try and fix. I wanted to do that later, but having it small like that, you can't do what you need to do. So I've got to change. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little fed up.
Change it back to how you had it.
No, I can change. It's cooperating now. Now, what do you need to get? Now, look, if it's not right where you need it, I'll make it near as maximum, but I can't make it full size because it just won't work that way. You slide that up and down to get to the next and previous.
Actually, what I do to get to next and previous is I scroll up there for my lessons. But I'll do next and previous. Okay. Yep. Is it 11?
It's 11. This screen up there, you don't get an auto. We'll be watching from downstairs.
Yes. So when I put down like this, you hardly see me. So Yeah, now I'm higher up. I'm comfortable. Oh, Mother, where are you going? Clay, please set up. Please let me try back too. There. This is full on comfy chair now. I need to raise myself up so I can see better.
Daddy, do you know where the power of this home is?
Review. monitors because our monitor is up there. Camera's right here. Monitor's up there. So yeah. If I keep looking up, that's why that's kind of weird hearing. But we're yeah.
Don't let him leave! Don't let him leave! It's nowhere. We'll find it later. It's gone. It's gone.
Ariel. Irrational. Sometimes having a sugar reaction, having not enough sugar in your blood can cause you to be irrational. Number 7, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping. Or a grandson. Or a married child, for that matter. That's okay. Granddaughter. All right, now vocabulary, you notice the questions are complete. On the floor. And today, let's exchange papers with the person in front of you. Hand your paper to the person in front of you. First person, you have permission to get out of your seat and take that to the back. Good. Watching out for microphones.
Need to sharpen pencil. Pencil now sharp.
Attention. Sometimes it's hard to read someone else's writing. If that's the case, you may have to mark it wrong, put a question mark, and then I'll take a look at it. Students watching, your on-site teacher will check it. Check those answers. Misstep number 1, M-I. Glowworm. Glowworm. Number 5, high-handed. Highanded. That's Highandedal. Bookkeeping, Boowsstand. And our last spelling word, granddaughter, Granddaughther. That's Granddaughther. Number 11 is correct. 5, subtract from 100 and put a score at the top in pencil. Again, if you need to put a question mark, do put that question mark there. Now hold everything till I tell you what to do. I'll give everyone a chance to finish grading. All right, hand it back to the owner. Owners, you need to take out your vocabulary books because we have a special assignment. Remember, ours to miss it again, and we will study this list again for the next quiz in about 5 lessons. So our quizzes always review.
There's a board out there. I'm standing on a board. Where's the way down? And I'm not trying to do the structure of it. Oh, sorry. And now the worker is needed. So what do you do? Need somebody.
I'll remind you, write your missed spelling words 10 times, missed vocabulary words 3 times with definitions. Emily, can you tell me in the microphone?
If you didn't miss any, you don't have to do it.
That's right. Everyone, when I introduced to you the book report books, and we looked at the chart, and it had Christian, so it's not homework. All you have to do for homework after we get our book is read it every night and get done with it by the right lesson. I believe it's going to be lesson 25. But for that report, I'm going to ask you to tell me a lesson that the book taught. Okay? So, like the story, Mama and the Graduation Present, Katrin learned a lesson, didn't she? She learned not to be selfish. She learned to think of others and to value. Teach you how to care for dogs and how you need to be responsible and kind. That could be a lesson you learned, but it may be easier to do one of the other types. That's just a quick note to help you with your book reports and getting ready for that book check, and I'll remind you of that in your homework assignment. Right now, though, take your vocab book and turn to page 2. Page 2. 4 spelling rules to master. Now, we've already looked at spelling keys. 1. I before E except after C, or when sounded like A as in neighbor and way. So we have 3 rules combined into 1. Usually, when you write a word with I and E in it, you're going to put that I first, like the word chief. I comes first. But our rule tells us there's an exception. If you're writing a word that has a C, then you're going to switch. That list uses Rule 1. I'd like you to have your pencil in hand. I want you to underline the EI and the IE when you see it in the word. Repeat after me, class. Achieve.
Achieve.
That means to reach your goals. Achieve. Belief.
Believe.
Conceive.
Conceive.
It means to you. And I really want to hear all of you saying these words after me. So let's try that again. Deceit.
Deceit.
Oh, much better. Diesel.
Diesel.
That's a kind of fuel, a kind of engine. Freight.
Freight.
Friend.
Friend.
Leisure. Lieutenant. Well, let's go back to leisure and notice that little star beside it. There's one of our exception words that we just talked about. Lieutenant is a hard word, isn't it? Take note of that I-E-U in the first syllable. Mischievous.
Mischievous.
You know what's hard about mischievous? Many people mispronounce it. How many of you have heard it? Seize. Vain. Now that kind of vain is the kind that carries blood in your body. It's not proud. Not that kind of vain. View. Wait. Weird. We had to get that one in. And wield. Yeah, I had to look at that again. Wield. That's the idea of maneuvering something. You can wield a weapon, like a sword, and move it around. Any questions on the spelling words? All right, good. Let's move on into the vocab words. I'll read the word, the part of speech, and the definition. You repeat it after me, and remember we're working. Be ready to do the next one. Crystal?
Is it ethical to test products on animals?
Good. That's a question people are answering. Well, you know, animals don't have souls, and so, you know, they have used little animals that don't experience pain, things that don't have the same kind of nervous system we have. That's an ethical question. All right, and you guys can go ahead and stand so you'll be ready. Let's try our next one. Gnarled, rough, twisted, knotted. And I forgot to say adjective, so say that with me, class. Gnarled, adjective, rough, twisted, knotted.
With gnarled but skillful hands, the old carpenter carefully crafted a crib for his first grade.
Possession handed down from generation to generation. Sentence.
Ethan cherishes the heirloom that his grandfather left him.
Very nice. Oh, we had a story with an heirloom in it. Sylvia, since you have the microphone now, can you remind me what story had an heirloom? Something that was handed down.
Oh, the one with the brooch and the
Yes, good. Mom and the graduation present. Very nice. All right, our next word is impetuous, adjective, acting quickly with little thought, hasty. Class, you ever say something real fast and think, oops, I shouldn't have said that? Sometimes that happens to me. Being impetuous. If we would stop and think, we'd save ourselves some problems. Next word, livid, adjective, enraged, furious. Class, livid, adjective, enraged, furious.
Mr. Arnold became livid when he realized that he had missed his flight.
Can you see his face turning purple? What do you mean? I missed my flight. He was not happy. Next, go through. Sometimes the postal system can mutilate your envelopes. Have you ever gotten one that was a little damaged? Me too. Last word, stamina, noun, endurance, strength to continue. Class? Stamina, noun, endurance, strength to continue. Students watching, read that last sentence. Not like me. I would be huffing and puffing and sitting down on the side and you go on, I'll catch up later. I don't have the same stamina I did when I was your age. Do you guys have good stamina? Our students here will be doing things like endurance runs and see how many laps they can run. You'll need because you're following me. Good, here we go. Chartless by Emily Dickinson. I never saw more. I never saw the sea. Yet know I how the heather looks, and what a wave must be. I never spoke with God, nor visited in heaven. Yet certain am I of the spot, as if the chart were given. Beautiful reading. Let's do it one more time. Chartless by Emily Dickinson. I never saw more. I never saw the sea. Yet know I how the heather looks, and what a wave must be. I never spoke with God, nor visited in heaven. Yet certain am I of the spot, as if the chart were given. You sound beautiful. You sound like you're ready for the quiz, but not today.
Groups?
Yes, groups of people. Oh, that's a hard one for me to draw fast. Give our little guy hair and a smile. Whoops. We have to give her a smile. And feet. Okay, groups of people, you're right. Students watching, I was thinking maybe you said maps, did you? You want my special map of Australia, don't you? Okay, and I need 2 more pictures. Who can help me? Seth, you look like you're thinking. Not quite there yet. Okay, he's thinking about it. Morgan, don't stand as you tell me so you won't block draw these, doesn't it?
Anything that has to do with God.
That's right, and the Holy Scripture, the one true God and the Holy Scripture. So the Holy Spirit, the Son, thee, thou. Let's see how you did with that. Open those books up. And first of all, on page 9, we didn't quite get through exercise B. If I remember correctly, we worked on it a little bit, and we went down this row and had 2 or 3 questions answered. I'd like you to take about a minute and see if you can finish exercise B correct. Good. Look at that diligence. Blake, why don't you get a different writing utensil for me then and fix that later, okay? Thank you. Help a lot. Thank you. You guys are doing an awesome job. Let's see. I've got to think which row we're going to go down. Let's begin going over these. And just in case we have forgotten, while this row stands and picks their book up and gets the microphone, or History of America, no. So don't capitalize. A good answer. And Battle of the Alamo, though, is a historical event, so she kept that capitalized. Number 4, Seth?
Capitalize Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yes, that's true. I think you skipped number 6, JR. Can you look at that?
Capitalize Monument.
That is correct. So we got 2 from you for the price of 1. Before Chris answers, students watching, will you tell me what you capitalized in number 8?
Symphony Orchestra, Symphony Hall.
And Chris, what do you think?
You capitalize Symphony and Orchestra.
Good. Anything else?
And Symphony Hall.
Do you know why? And can you... Museum of the Confederacy. Hand that microphone over to... Oh, it's going to go out of my mind. I'm still thinking Amanda. Tell me your name. Erica. Erica's going to answer the next one for us. We're coming right up this row, so pick your books up and stand. Erica?
Chalmette something. National Park.
Chalmette National Park is correct. Number 11. That's right. When you can self-correct, that's a good thing. Just Monroe Doctrine, that is a document. Sydney. And turn a little bit for me. Good.
Capitalize French, Spanish, and German.
Excellent. Languages are always capitalized. Jeremy.
You're going to capitalize the Emancipation Proclamation in January.
You're right. Danielle?
Number 14 is correct.
It is. Why?
Because they are brand
And
names.
put that microphone. There you
They are
go.
brand names.
That's right. Nokia is a brand name, so is Motorola. Catholic, all of those are words to capitalize. Let's come over to this side, and we'll have Sean's row stand with the microphone. We're turning the page to your homework, exercise C. Now, you've already read these sentences for homework, so we won't have to read them out loud, but we will tell you which words should be capitalized. Are you checking your answers carefully and correcting? So important to do that. All right, turn just a little bit. Everybody in this room. D. You're right. Good, Megan. Everyone put a star above thee. If we're going to miss one, it's probably going to be a pronoun. He or him or thee or thou. Good. Next one.
Capitalize God, Lord, Creator.
Genesis, New Testament, and Matthew.
Nice. Robert.
Capitalize God and Lord.
Yes, and we're on number
5.
5. That's right. Good. Number 6.
Thee and Lord.
Yes, and not God's. I'm so proud of you, Dennis. Is number 8 the sentence with John the Baptist? Okay, good. Let's go back to that one. Will you turn sideways for me, please? Good.
John Baptist, behold, Lamb and God.
Excellent. The Lamb of God is a name for Jesus, so we are going to capitalize that. How many had that? Raise your hand, let me see. Good. Put a smiley face in your book if you had that done correctly. Wanda, number 9.
You capitalize Obadiah in Bible.
You're right, but not chapter. That's not the name of a part of the Bible. That is a general noun. Number 10.
Capitalize Lord, Christ, Son, and God.
Yes, one more word, Blake. What's that pronoun? Remember I said the pronouns are the ones that will be easy to miss. Yes, good. Now, are you remembering those pronouns? Very important. Exercise D. Let me think, which row is not answered? Is it this row? So Morgan's row, stand. Grab that microphone. Lots of energy. Pick those books up. Let's hear it. This is exciting. You guys are doing fantastic with this. You ready? Let's see what you have, Morgan. Number 1.
Capitalize F, B, I.
5.
Capitalize South and American.
What do we do on this? How many of you have most of these right on this page? If you did, let me, wow. Students watching too? Okay, we've got to put a smiley face on this page because that is an excellent start for beginning with capitalization. I see a few important questions out there. Let's get Danielle, then we'll come to Haley, and then to Crystal. So get a microphone, but hold it very still while Danielle is talking. Go ahead, Danielle.
You missed 3 on top.
I did. I'm so glad you pointed that out. Oh, no, we didn't, because I remember specific.
3 on top on page 11.
Oh. I understand what you're saying. Not number 3. You mean the last 3 on the next page. What would I do without my students to help me? It took 3 times for me to get it. Students watching yelling, no! Page 11, that helped me. Okay, let's check it. I'm going to give you the answers. You check it in your book. Whew. All right, number 8 is Assyrian, Sumerian, and Babylonian. Why? Those are all of this. But I just want to ask you very rapidly, did you think that Annabelle deserved, page 16, what happened to her? And alas, poor Annabelle. World, what did you think? Did she deserve what happened to her? Those 3 terrible practical jokes, being knocked off a horse, having an egg down her back, having her buttons eaten off. How many buttons, class? 88. Or the way she liked to say it, 8 and 80. What did you think? Of people. Read pages 23 through 26. Vocabulary spelling. Write your missed spelling words 10 times each. Now write them correctly. Write missed spelling 10 times and missed vocabulary and definition.
On your quiz yesterday, I don't remember anyone missing your addition problem. Number 2 is Kaylee.
My product is 462,350.
To your 7. And 7 plus 1 is? And 8 plus 8 is?
16.
Now look here. 16 plus 6 is?
12.
22, isn't
22.
it? So that would be a 2. So we'll remember that's supposed to be a 2, and we'll carry a 2. And let 8 plus 3. Patrick, what could we do to
348.
Interested in knowing what the secret is when you're doing your math is 836. And so students watching, I'm going to let you answer this one. Look at yours. What did you get for that product? 300. You should raise your hand unless you're going to tell me that there isn't a greatest number. Let's suppose for 7 days we just stayed in this classroom and we counted. And students watching, we just counted and counted and counted. And we get so tired. But even after 7 days, we can always say one more. In fact, it was a great mathematician by the name of Archimedes, and he lived about. We're going to look right up here at a chart that is going to extend what we did in our first lesson. Notice we are still using those commas, and as our numbers have more digits, the commas become more important to us to be able to read easily. In those first 3, there's an understood decimal point. The first 3 of those digits, that's our units. And then we have our thousands place, then our millions, and then I don't know if any of you will ever have this much money someday, but you'll be in the billions. Now, but if you want 3 billion, it must have all those digits. All right, I'm going to have us to look at a number, and let's read it together as a class. And notice that we're going to start with millions. Begin. 204,637,299. Rachel, if you would read this one, please. And notice that we have gone beyond our millions to... Would you read that, please?
6,478,329. No.
429.
Thousand.
That's right.
411.
That's right. Students watching, look at this one. Notice that we're going to begin with billions. So we have 512 billion, no millions, no thousand, 200. And then, Marlena, you go and write the second one that I say. So, Michaela, if you'll move down. And
Much better. I told you this. Look, I told you this before. If you are to be a proper princess, you must be heart. I don't wish. I don't wish to be a princess. Why would you wish to be a princess? It's just I feel a higher calling than just being some sort of princess in town. I'm sorry. It's your calling. What if it's not? It is. Now turn around and look at me. Come back. I just myself. I think you're doing that. Because control my life. Done. I am tired of you bossing me around everything. I am so tired of wearing this. Oh, bye. Yeah, if you were like the word that I was mumbling, I was playing around with these things. So yeah.
And yes, just switch places. You're fine. All right, everyone write this.
Huh? Sorry I got distracted. Really sorry I got distracted.
This number. Are you ready? You better listen. I'll say it twice. 6,000,000,010.
I need a notebook, please. It's for my math. Please, I need a notebook. Thank you. It's for a math oral quiz. I can't do it without a notebook. Please, I need a notebook. Please. And thank you. I cannot continue on without a notebook. So please send up a notebook as fast as you can. Thank you. I'm also just going to keep working, so yeah. We're waiting for the notebook. notebook. I can't continue without a notebook, so just working on other problems. If you can hear me. Note. Oh, wait, wrong one. I need a notebook, it's for math. See, I sent that message down to you guys, hoping you would reach. I remember, I was gonna make this for language. Oh, nothing. I'm just saying that math, not math. Bible and language. This is math class, so I'm gonna write in blue ink. What's this fancy little thing? Math. Seven. There we go. I held up a piece of paper that had writing on it. See? I sent this down thinking that Daddy was still at the monitor. It's the 17th, right? Right? Or is it the 16th? Or is it the 16th? Or is it the 18th? Because I don't know. And I need to write down the date. And I don't know what day it is. Is it the 17th? I'm pretty sure it's the 17th. Is it the 17th? Oh wait, is it the 17th? Or is it the 16th? I'm pretty sure it's the 17th, right? I'll just put 17th. I'll change it later if I need to. Let's see.
$15,000. Take your notebooks, please, and just number to 2. Everyone write this number. Are you ready? You better listen. I'll say it twice. 6,000,000,010. 6,000,000,010.
Yeah.
325,000,000 820,008.
Exactly. Kaylee, number 2. Everyone, you're saying it in your head.
200,525,000,525.
You're right. Students,
952,614,937.
aren't you happy for commas? They're a big help, aren't they? Kristen, how about number 5?
43,000,005.
Exactly. Now, in 7 through 12, we are going to just take those words that are written out, and we're going to do the same thing that Michaela. Raise your hand if you have any questions. If you have finished those, then you can go back up in 2 through 6 and start writing some of those out in words. Kaylee, are you doing number 8? You should be doing number 8. Sky's number 7, you're number 8, Danny's number 9, Hannah has covered number 10, Devin's 11, and Joseph is 12. Sky, when you read yours, if you'll do it just like the girls did before, just say your digits with all those zeros and your commas, okay? Everyone listen.
825.
I agree, Sky. Number 8, Kaylee.
75,000,028.
All right, that's exactly right. Number 9, Danny.
9,000,264,098.
That is right. Number 10, Hannah.
534,611.
Exactly right. Number 11.
300,000,000,000,000,000.
That is right, Devin. And number 12.
85,204,000,060.
That is right. And thank you, Joseph. And I'm going to keep us looking over here at the sideboard for just a minute. And I want to look at Devin's. It's right, Devin, so don't get that frightened look on your face. It's exactly right. But I want you to notice something about Devin's number here. You do have a non-zero digit right here, but it ends in all zeros right there. And I don't know if this 300 billion is an exact number or not. It could be. Someone could say, I have $300 billion, or it's 300 billion miles somewhere. But most likely, this is what we call a rounded number. And I don't think Josh can cash Mr. Howe. How much do you have? And he might say, I have about $30. Well, that could very well be a rounded amount. Maybe he has 33, maybe he has $27. He just has an approximate number. Or I might ask you in science class, how far is it from here to the sun? And you would have an approximate or a rounded answer for us. Or how far is it from here to Atlanta? Or from here, students watching, how far is it from where you live to Pensacola? You're probably not going to give an exact number. You're going to give a rounded number. And that's what we're going to talk about right now as you put your pencils in your book. And we're going to look up front at some of these same numbers. I'm going to take this one, 204,637,299. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to round it off to the 1 millions place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an arrow right over the place that I'm rounding off to. Now, you may want to do this at first, Kance. It will help you to remember and know exactly what you're doing. And then I am going to underline that digit that is immediately to the right. And I'm going to use one of two rules. The first rule is that digit to the right, which we will call the determining digit, if it's 5 or more, the place that we're rounding off to will bump up one more. But if it is less than 5, it will stay exactly as it is. And then once we have decided what to do with that digit, and in this case, of course, it's going to move up to a 5. Agreed? Everyone knows that 6 is 5 or more. Then every digit to the right is going to be filled in with all those zeros just like Devin had. And so now that number is rounded off to the nearest 1 million. Let's suppose I want to round it off to the nearest 1,000. Now I'm going to put the arrow over what, Ashley? Look up there and tell me the digit in the 1,000s place.
7.
Yes. Now, what is the determining digit, which determines whether it stays a 7 or becomes an 8?
2.
2. Now, what do I do with all of these digits right here? Those 6 digits, do they stay the same or change?
Change?
You're going to change 204?
No.
No. Are you going to change 63?
No.
Now, we've got to make a decision. Based on that determining digit, does a 7 stay a 7 or bump up to an 8?
It stays the 7.
Right. Now, what is going to follow that 7?
2.
Now, see, that's why, remember Devin's problem? It ended in all of those, what? What was it at the end of his problem, his number? A lot of zeros, right? And so that's why we call it rounded. So now all of this is going to be filled in, Ashley, with zeros. Make sense? I'm going to get you to help with another one, so don't sit down. This time, let's take this number right here. And we're going to round it off to the 1 billions place. You've got to tell me that digit that we are looking at. Where's our focus?
6.
6. What's your determining digit?
9.
9. Now, will the 6 stay a 6 or become a 7?
Become a 7.
Then, what is all the rest of this number, all 9 digits?
Zeros.
You got it. Students watching, I want you to look at this one. I want to round it off to the tens place. What digit is in the tens place? Well, there's 2 identical ones up there, but I hope you're telling me it's this one right here. Then our determining digit is going to be what, students watching? Yes, that other one. Now, what are we going to do with all of these digits? Do they change? No, so we'll just write it down. Now, what happens to the 1 in the tens place? It stays a 10. How many zeros do you need? Just 1. And there's your answer. Is that rounded to the tens place? Yes, that means the ones place is going to be 0. I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to write 1 up here that is sometimes hard for students. And take that microphone for us, please, Patrick. Patrick, I want to round off to that hundreds place. And so my determining digit is a
9.
What do I do? Am I going to round it up or leave it the same?
Round it up.
But how am I going to round it up?
Make the 4 or 5.
That's right. This would become a 10, but you know place value, you can't put a 10 in one place, can you? So it makes this one more. So you're absolutely right. And Ashley, see all those zeros right there? Now, is that rounded to the hundreds place? Yes. That 900 becomes 1000, which makes it become 5,000. Exactly right. Any questions? All right, take your books, please. If you'll look on page 11, you see your 2 rules, and you see examples of them, and you even have a number line showing you exactly how you can see that it is closer to that rounded number than it would be to another. On the very bottom of page 11, number 1 is done for you. 184 is between 100 and 200. It is closer, of course, to 200, therefore it's rounded to 200. Do number 2, please, and as soon as you have it, raise your hand. And I saw Kristen. Would you take the microphone, please? And number 2 is between what 2 hundreds?
900 and 1,000.
And it's closer to?
900.
And it rounds to?
900.
You're right. Turn the page, please. If everyone would do 3 through 7, we'll take just about a minute.
Done.
And Joshua is so fast that in just a little bit, I'm going to have him stand and read as many as he can. So do 3 through 11, or 3 through 7, and stop, please. Good. Now that's between 700 and 800. That's right. But it's closer to, that's right. And then, of course, whatever you write here is what you're going to write here. Are you figuring out that what you write in that middle blank is also going to be your last blank every time? Emmanuel is flying. Good job. Joshua, she may have beat you. Kristen is finished, but Joshua's finished too. So I think most of you are doing real well with this. So Joshua, whenever you mess up, if you do, we'll go to Kristen. So you be ready. Joshua, take the microphone, pick up your book. Number 3 is between what 2 hundreds?
Number 3 is between 700 and 800.
If you pick up your book, I'll be able to hear you better. Thank you. And it's closer to?
700.
So it's therefore rounded to?
700.
All right, Kristen, you didn't miss that one. Let's try number 4. It's between?
300 and 400.
And it rounds, it's closer to?
400.
And rounds to?
400.
Didn't miss that one. Number 5.
It's between 200 and 300.
Keeps going.
It's closer to 300, so it's rounded to 300.
That's right, isn't it, Patrick? Sure, you're checking your work. Number 6.
The number is between 600 and 700. It's closer to 600, so it is rounded to 600.
That's right. And number 7.
It's closer to, it's between 800 and 900. It's closer to 900, so it's rounded to 900.
Perfect. All right, now let's look at number 8, where now we're looking at the 10,000s place. And so it's between, no. What we're going to do now is we're going to round to the 10,000s place, the 1,000s place, and the nearest hundred. So as you look at number 8, that 7 is in the 10,000s place. The 8 is the determining digit. Therefore, it rounds off to 80,000. In the 1,000s place, the 8 is in that place. The 3 is the determining digit, so it doesn't change, 78,000. And then the nearest hundred, the 3, is determined by the 5, which becomes a 4. Any questions before we go to the board with these? All right, Casey, if you go to the board and put up number 9, Ashley, I'm going to keep an eye on you for number 10. Make sure you got it. So if you put the board down on the board. Ethan, go put number 11 up. Number 12, put up that one, please. And then number 13, well, I know, Joshua, you can do that one, so put it up. So Joseph Klingman's got number 11, or number 12. Okay, so do those as quickly as you can, and then go on to 14 and 15, which I would like also to be at the board. Joseph, Christ, if you would put up number 14, Emmanuel, put up number 15. And all I want you to do is to write the rounded number. You don't have to write it out in words. So Joseph 14, number 15, will be Emmanuel, right up front. What's that? Okay, just thinking. Okay, that's fine. It's a good thing to do in math class. Understand that? Okay. This is the 10,000s place, and that's the determining digit. With a 2 stay a 2, it'll become a 3. Now, let's just go straight down to 10,000 first. So now, that's the one you're rounding off to. There's a determining digit. So does it stay at 8 or become a 9? And then you're going to need the same number of zeros that you had on the one above. Make sense? Let me watch you do this one. All right, I'm about ready to check these, and it looks like most of you are finishing up right there. So, Casey, number 9, she did all of those. Now, her original number was 24,913. And Casey, when you rounded off to the nearest 10,000, you got?
I got 20,000.
Okay, and to the nearest 1,000 was?
I got 25,000.
And the nearest, great. Number 11, Ethan, to the nearest 10,000, 15,788 is?
20,000?
Did you say 20,000?
Yes.
You said it right then, to the nearest. And how many zeros will you need at the end of the number?
2.
And you will get?
15,800.
Well, yes, 15,800 is right. Number 12 is Joseph. To the nearest 10,000 edition of Tokyo, Japan in the year 2005, and we're rounding it off to the nearest million, and we're going to have Joseph to get the microphone and the pointer. And Joseph, while you're getting it, I'm going to come over here and write what's in the book. And in the book, we have 35,197,000. Of course, this is already a rounded number. Now, Joseph, point to the number that is in the 1 millions place. Here, and to the nearest $100, that is?
8,200.
Right. And now Shivani is thinking he forgot his dollar symbol. And she's right. We would need a dollar symbol since we're speaking about money right there. Good job. Any questions? All right, let's get Ethan to take the microphone and read number 1, problem solving. You do definitely need your notebooks out now. Head that all up. and we'll do our computation there. I noticed in our last lesson, this is an area that we need to work on. So let's, everyone, when he reads the word problem, you think it.
Aha! Can't watch me anymore. Just kidding.
You imagine what's taking place in this problem. Number one,
The electric connection has 37 dishwashers at an average selling price of $389 each. Find the total value and round it to the nearest $100.
all right, Ethan, how many dishwashers do they have in the store?
37.
They've got 37. And each one has an average selling price of how much?
$389.
$389. Now our question is, how much is the selling price of all 37? So we need to think, what operation is going to give us that answer?
Multiplication.
Right, we could add this 37 times, but that would take a lot of work, wouldn't it? And multiplication is repeated addition. So let's multiply that out, and I need an answer as soon as you get it. So real quickly, Kance, get your answer, and then we'll finish the problem. Patrick, let's see what you have for that. With a microphone, I want everyone to hear.
I had 14,393.
That's what I have. Don't sit down yet, though, because it doesn't answer our question because they want us to round it to the nearest $100. Which one of these digits is in the $100 place?
The first three.
It is. And the determining digit is the?
9.
So I keep my 14. What happens to the 3? Stay the same or round up?
Round up.
How many zeros do I need, class? 2. And there's your answer right there. Patrick, you've got... lots of brothers and sisters? Well, great. Have lots of fun, don't you? Students watching, any of you have 9 or more in your family? Okay, Patrick, that has nothing to do with the word problem. It's just interesting.
If they spent an average of $167 per child, how many dollars did they spend to the nearest $10?
All right, Cody, now look at our problem. Now, we already know how many children do they have? Quickly.
They have 9.
They 9. And how much? Because everyone needs some new school clothes, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And so how much do they spend on an average per child?
$167.
You tell me what operation is going to give us our answer.
Multiplication.
Beat Patrick. Everyone get that product as fast as you can, John. And Ethan thinks he has it. Now, I want just the answer before we round it off. Ethan, what'd you get?
$1,523.
I have a little bit different. Casey, what'd you have?
$1,503.
And you know what? Casey's mother knows, and you got a lot of kids in your family. Those $20 make a big difference, don't they? So 1,503 is better than 23. But Casey, that's not our final answer. It says let's round it off to the nearest $10. Which one of those digits is in the $10 place?
0.
What's your determining digit?
The 3.
And what's your final answer?
1,500.
Exactly right. Good for you. I would like for you now to turn over to page 13. We're going to do something that's going to appear ever so often in our book. And I think it's a good thing that it's there because these are challenging type word problems, and I think that will help us to do better with our word problems. So I want you to look on page 13 right there at the bottom where you see problem-solving strategies. Everyone have that? And we're going to look at multi-step problems. That just means there's going to be several steps. And so I would like for Hannah to stand up and read about Oakdale Christian Academy. And we're going to see what's going on in this problem.
Oakdale Christian Academy has 8 kindergarten classrooms that can hold a maximum of 47 people. 3 teachers are assigned to each classroom. If 339 kindergarten students are registered, determine the fewest number of students that can be in any one classroom.
Thank you. Now, let's look at the information that we have in here. We know that in this school there are 339 kindergarten students. That's how many they have registered. And each one of these classes can hold 47 people. So for me with word problems, just drawing a picture of it sometimes, just illustrating it, just acting out what happens helps me to do a better job. Now, these 47 is not just 47 students. We also have to have teachers in the classroom. And let's look. Do you see how many teachers are in every single classroom? That's right. There are 3 of them, Evan. Therefore, that means in each one of these classrooms, we can only have 44 students. And they want us to fill up 7 of their classrooms. And then once we fill up 7, then one of the classrooms is going to have the fewest number of students. So they showed us what to do. We need to take our 4, and that's how we come up with the 31. Now, doesn't that make sense? Well, let's go extending the problem where now, instead of having 3 teachers, we're going to have 2. So no longer is this number going to be a 44 of students. How many are we going to have, Evan?
45.
That's right. So now I'm going to have to change this, and everyone do this because it's not done for you now. Take 45 times 7. And I'm going to fill up then 7 of those classrooms. So multiply that out and check my work. Shake your head yes or no. Okay, Hannah says yes, and if she says yes, I'm pretty good with it. All right, now all I have to do is come over, and everyone do this. Raise your hand as soon as you know how many students in this classroom now. Patrick is first, Ethan's got it, and Kristen, you haven't taught much today. Kristen, what'd you get?
24.
24, did you say? 24 is right. Good job. Now, look at number 1. Read it to yourself, please, and then I've got some school buses for us to look at really quickly. So be reading that one to yourself right below. And it's a very similar problem, except this time we have some high school students, and they're going to have an outing. And it says that we have 230 seniors that are going to go on this outing. And that each bus holds a maximum of 55. What we need to figure out first is how many non-students we have. So let's look it over. It says that we have 2 teachers. We have then 3 additional adults, so we've got 5, and a non-student bus driver, so that's a total of 6, right? So take and subtract your 6, and then each bus can have 49. We're going to fill up 4 of them, just like we filled up 4 classrooms. So we'll multiply by 4. We'll get this number, and then we'll subtract it, and you'll know how many in this bus. We may not have time to get it done in this lesson, but you try to have that figured out before. Oh, do you know what it is? Jasmine, go ahead and stand up. How many will be on that final bus?
196.
All right. Is this, okay, this is what you got here, right? And then when you subtracted it, and that's going to give you 34. All right, we got it done. So take out your assignment pads, please. Your homework for this lesson is page 13, Sharpening Skills 1 through 20 all. Page 13, Sharpening Skills 1 through 20 all. What we need to figure out first, fill up 4 of them, just like we filled up 4 this lesson, but you try to have that figured out before. Oh, do you know what it is? Jasmine, go ahead and stand up. How many will be on that final bus?
196.
All right. Is this, okay, this is what you got here, right? And then when you subtracted it, and that's going to give you 34. All right, we got it done. So take out your assignment pads, please. Your homework for this lesson is page 13, Sharpening Skills 1 through 20 all. Page 13, Sharpening Skills 1 through 20 all.
down. says it's low on memory. Nearly done with arithmetic. But I don't have to do much there. I just have to sit and listen. But I don't have to do much in history or science. Just sit and listen. Huh? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Mommy turned me down the steps. What? Okay. I want to I'm a fan of it's strong.
Where did it say it's low on memory? Read it to me.
Close programs to prevent information loss. Your computer is low on memory. Save your files and close these programs. XSplit Broadcaster. Windows will only close enough programs to restore needed memory.
Okay, go up here to that browser. Go over this direction and come up there. Maximize it. Okay. Close that tab. Close that tab. And every tab to the left of that. Just start clicking right there. Click, 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 click.
I'm guessing the. Oh, where did my mouse go? Oh, hey. Much better.
Small out, except press that mouse to make it a little easier. Here, can I
breaking my neck looking up.
Oi! Boy, what happened to it?
There.
How did it end up down there? Let me see your keyboard. Take a while for that to synchronize. Let's see if that'll go back to the position where it was. Is that cancel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and start ABEKA again. You have to start. No, you can't use Chrome. Use Edge. Or no, actually better use Explorer. And then type in there what you need to type in.
ABEKA Academy. Oh wait, this thing says low on battery.
This one comes on to transmit. And it uses one AAA instead of the AA that we've got there.
Okay.
Go get you another battery. The batteries don't last long. I'll be back.
You'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will know. Father told me when I was just a child, these are the lies that live and die. My father told me, hey,